Probably give like we get ourselves started for the week. For those of you who don't know, AVI is the Atypical Voices in Our Time podcast. We release episodes every Thursday. We hope you visited or listened to our last episode, which actually is on streaming services everywhere right now, and it was pretty good. But how you doing, Random?
Yo, doing good, man. Sunday, you know how we do. I look forward to these, these meet and greets that we do on Sunday. you
I
know,
hear you. Yeah,
try to,
but
I'm saying, try to keep the people entertained. You know how we do.
yeah. Please, y'all, please don't be asking no crazy questions up in that comment section.
Yes, yes. Please don't.
Last week was a mess. But speaking of
Where
last
your
week,
coffee at, man?
oh, it's right. It's hot. I just got it.
Gotcha, gotcha,
You
gotcha,
know,
gotcha.
I gotta watch what I'm doing. 'Cause I got my computer right here, and
Oh, we don't need no more. We don't need no more liquid
no more.
effects.
Like my joint already be like heating on one side right now, and I'm like, "Ugh." Like you know what I mean. So hey, my
Yeah,
computer
man.
keys are a little tricky because they're a little funky sometimes.
Yeah.
But it's weird. Sometimes I'll start my computer. I turn it off,
hmm
and just fine when I turn it back on, but then it starts acting up again. The keys are sticking. Do you know what's up with that?
Nah, because you're saying that when you first turn it on, it's like the keys are not stuck, and then eventually,
Hmm.
yeah, no. I can't think of why because you would think it's cold, right? So it should be stuck when it first come on, not after the fact. Unless you probably got liquid. Like, does it get hot?
It does on one side though.
Okay, you probably still got liquid somewhere around there, and it's probably heating up, and then and that's when the the sticky part comes.
Yeah.
That's probably what it is.
Is there any way to deal with that?
Nah, man, YouTube my best friend. That's all I can tell you. Cause I don't know. I don't know about that. Me, I would tossed it, but that's because I got too many computers. So don't listen to me.
Man, I love this computer. I might take it to
Which
get
one
fixed.
is it?
This is
The new one or the old one?
the new one. The
Okay,
new one.
okay. Where's the old one at?
The old one's around, but remember after I did that hard reset, it's like weird.
Gotcha,
Yeah.
gotcha.
So that's that. But speaking of hard resets, I tell you, man, this Jamaica Olympics team is going to have to do a hard reset when it comes to track and field because it seems like their sprinters, there's something going on with them. Sharika Jackson, I don't know if you heard,
Yeah.
she is a late scratch for the 200-meter race today. And
No
I'm
reason
like,
why?
I've been reading about it. I know your wife sent the story in our group chat, but
Yeah.
we don't know. I read the article and I don't know. But you know what? I think it might be this new rule that Paris has where they're not allowing track and field runners to warm up if they, I guess, aren't in the Olympic Village. I think that's something that's happening there because the reason. So the
Hmm.
speculation is, Shelly Ann Fraser Price didn't do the 100 meters yesterday.
Yeah.
So the speculation is because she wasn't able to warm up, and then other people are saying it's injury. That's why she ended up not doing the race. But Shakari also didn't warm up, but she still ended up doing the race. And that's something I want to point out. Shakari won silver. That is a huge accomplishment. So for people out there that say, "Oh, she won silver. She's supposed to be the fastest woman,"
Man,
like that
listen.
accomplishment.
Exactly. I agree. Totally agree. Definitely is.
And to do that after not even being able to warm up in the, I think it was the semi-final race, like it was the qualifying final race. Don't quote me on that. But after that and still getting second place, that's very impressive. That makes me think. Now, granted, I'm very happy for St. Lucia and Julie, who won.
Yeah, by
But
far.
yeah, adding on to that though, Shakari was not herself. It could be a combination of nerves, everything like that. I just think something was a little bit different.
No, I think something's different, but I'm just so you're telling me that you have a choice to be in to stay in certain places? I didn't know. I thought everyone stayed um on site. So that's why I'm kind of like, what? When you were
Not
saying that, huh?
Some people stay in different areas. I know the U.S. they don't usually stay in the village with everybody else. They usually buy or rent out their own area where all the athletes can chill out.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
very yeah.
Gotcha.
I'm just
So
trying to make sure I got the name right. Julian Alfred. Julian Alfred. I said Julie. Julian Alfred won the 100 meters for St. Lucia. Yeah.
gotcha. Okay. So yeah, I mean, listen, in all, it's good to see. I was surprised. Well, not really surprised that what's his name? No, the
But you're
US.
jumping the men's? You're jumping the
Yeah,
men's?
the men's.
Wait. Let's finish out the women's first. Finish out the women's
Oh,
first.
I thought we were finished.
Yeah. What do you think about what do you think about Sharika pulling out and even Shelly Ann pulling out and this whole change in the practice that the Paris Olympics just instituted? It seems like overnight.
Um, you know what? To be honest with you, it's kind of strange that rules are changing as we go, like day to day. It seems like so for them to pull out. I'm hoping everyone's okay, but I know they put a lot in to get to where they're at, right? Because Netflix actually has a series on them, on all the
Yeah,
sprinters right now. So, when they were qualifying, everybody was, excited to go to Paris, to be in the Olympics, right? So for them to not be there is kind of like what happened, you know. Hope it wasn't politics. And and the bad thing about that is that if it is politics, right, you can't really say too much because you don't want to be banned for life on something stupid, right?
very true.
But it sounds like it's a bunch of politics, and I guess um I don't know. Time will tell, but I just think it's not right, because everyone turns on the TV to see certain athletes, especially around here. It's either the Jamaicans or the US. Other countries, of course, they're going to be rooting for their own people, but, for the most part, we're looking to see Jamaica and the US compete because, it brings the excitement to the sport.
Right.
So when you see another country win, and you're looking at the Americans that did show up, you're like, "Hey, what the heck happened here, right?" And then you look at like far as like the Jamaicans, it's kind of like you can't even say, and I'm not saying you said it, but I like no one can say that the streak was broken. You can't say a streak is broken unless you were actually there
Hmm.
to compete and lose. So I don't know. I think it's it's not fair to the fans that's turning on the TV and want to see competition, not see people not show up, and then we may never get the real reason why they showed up. So time will tell, but it's over. So you got to wait 4 more years, and a lot of these people are getting older too. A lot of these athletes are getting older for the most part.
Yeah, like Shelly Ann, that's it for her. She's not running in any more Olympics. She's
That's what I'm
37.
saying.
Yeah, she's done. So we, the fans, were definitely robbed of this moment. And I
Yeah.
was looking. It was saying that athletes who chose not to stay at the Olympic Village and therefore do not come on the team bus were reportedly told to enter a different way into the stadium. So all this mix up, this change happened overnight for these athletes. So
What?
yeah. And so that applied to both Shakari and Shelly Ann. Shakari still decided to run the race. Shelly Ann was a scratch.
See, and that's the thing because I'm wondering, do you have to stay? Because think about it. For the most part, right? When you think about and you see, like you saw videos of how these Olympics are actually sleeping on these twin beds and everything just looks rough and just not suitable for anybody, let alone an athlete that needs to use their body, as a tool, right?
Hmm.
So I'm pretty sure these athletes like Shakiri and who else was it? Shakiri and Shelly Ann. These athletes they need certain things, right? Let's be honest.
Right. Hmm.
So it's not fair that so if they're staying off of, I'm sorry, not staying on the village, then think about it like this: they're staying in a place that they can actually sleep on a real bed, you know, get the
Hmm.
best treatment that they can, and
Hmm.
because of that, now they can't warm up. It's kind of like I don't know. I really wish they probably would have just sucked it up. I guess in so many ways and complained later. You know, because now what are you going to do? Because now we we missed a good opportunity to see some competition, and now we have other people winning. Shout out to them. Shout out to the countries, the other countries that actually won. You
Yeah,
know,
shout out to
St.
St. Lucia.
Lucia. And definitely. I mean, to win anything, to even be there is amazing. So, not taking away from them at all. Whoever, like I said again, I didn't watch it, so I just saw like highlights. Because if anybody watched the show from last week, for me, it's kind of like I'm watching too much repeats. And if you watch it on Peacock
You're
and you
funny.
got the Peacock version that has commercials, forget about it. You're not really. I mean, it's so much fast forwarding. That's what I had to do yesterday to watch the race. I
Right.
watched the repeat. I'm fast forwarding, and every fast forward, you got an hour and 20, not an hour. You got 120 seconds of commercials. So
Mhm.
I'm over it by then. I'm like, I'm out. I'm going upstairs. And, I'm going on YouTube to see if I can find this race.
You're
So
funny.
Peacock, they got to do a better job, man. Too. I mean, everything's on Peacock, yes, but I'm tired of being penalized for paying for a subscription and still need to watch commercials. I don't know.
I mean,
What's
they're showing it in real time though. That's the reason why.
Yeah, I know, but see, the real time I'm asleep. I already don't sleep. I can't be up at 4 in the morning watching somebody race when I should be sleeping. It's easy to
Right.
wake up tomorrow, wake up today. Like today, I'm gonna wake up once the show's over. I'm gonna go watch it. You know, but so
Okay.
that's how I feel about Peacock. That's a rant on Peacock. But as far as
Jay is never
the
satisfied.
race, say it again.
Always. Yeah, I said you're never satisfied with anything. Always something.
I mean, I paid for this. It's not like it's free. So that's that.
Chicken. So, all right. Speaking of which, I just want to last thing on women's track and field. So, just big shout out to Melissa Jefferson. She's from Georgetown, South Carolina, and I wanted to shout her out for the Gullah Geechee Nation. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm very happy for her for getting bronze in the race. Shakari got silver. Julian Alfred got gold. So, congrats! Great to see Black women on
Congrats.
top in the track and field world. I don't know if you saw in the triple jump, Dominica won their first ever Olympic medal too.
Wow. No, I didn't
Yeah,
see the triple jump. No.
yeah. Triple jump. It was Jamaica. I'm trying to look it up now. It was Jamaica. Jamaica got second. Dominica got first, and America actually got bronze, and this was the first medal for the Americans in this event in women's triple jump. So
Wow.
I think it's
Okay.
a really big deal. So LaFond, LaFond was the one that won gold, and she was hype. I'm so happy for her. Tia LaFond or Thea LaFond, Tia
Yeah.
LaFond. And it's funny because my wife and I were watching it, and she said, "Wait, that name looks familiar." And it turns out she's from this. She was raised in the same area where my wife was raised in. So I thought that was
Gotcha. Okay.
yeah. So that was crazy. I'm happy for Jamaica Ricketts. She got silver. She didn't even get a medal in this event in the past, even though she kept trying to qualify for it. And then Moore,
Congratulations.
yeah, Jasmine Moore got the bronze. So I wanted to mention that with track and field. There's other accomplishments that happened in track and field yesterday, but I just
Yeah.
wanted to talk about those. Now we can go to the men's track and field. So what were you about to say about your boy Noah Lyles?
Now I was surprised he. No, I wasn't. I was surprised he came in second. I seen that race.
In
And
prelims?
I don't know what's yes. Oh yeah, prelims.
Yeah,
Yeah, to make it to because
yeah,
today. Yeah, 'cause today is the actual race.
yeah. It wasn't the actual race, so it like people don't usually put their all into
He's gonna
the.
come in second. I promise you. The guy who beat him yesterday is gonna beat him today. I promise you. Even though he said, I took that guy for granted. It won't happen again. I don't know. Because think about it.
Uh huh.
I think for him, I think for any racer, I mean, so any track and field, right? Athlete. I think they tend to start off slow because they don't want any false starts. Because you saw that 18-year-old who had a false start yesterday
No, I
in the
didn't.
prelims. Oh, he was heartbroken. So yesterday, when I was watching it, I kept on hearing sounds like the gunshot going off, right?
Yeah.
But for some reason, seconds before he did a false start, I heard it. I heard it. It was pop, and then he ran, and he was like, yo, I'm hearing the gunshot. And they were like, nah, we didn't do that. It's a false start. So what do you mean? I'm here. And then I rewound it back, and it's like an echo. It's weird. It's like a sound that's echoing in the stadium. And I heard it watching it, and I was like, wow. But yeah, he got disqualified, 18-year-old. And I mean, that was heartbreaking. Because think about it. You put all your time, your effort into making it here
Yeah,
to not race.
yeah. I
And they weren't even trying to hear him. They were like, nah, no, 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 false start. And I'm
you know,
like, huh?
seems like the Paris officials in general, they just
Oh, okay, okay. Wait, that's not funny how you can switch over and I can't? I'm just messing with you. What's up? Yeah. Yeah, no, it was crazy because if you watched it, you hear echoing before he even did the false start. So, which means if we're hearing it and then he did the false start, he heard what we heard. Is a delay on our side. You know how sound is. Sometimes when they can't sync up everything at the same time, and it sounded like a false start. But yeah. So I forgot his name, but he was heartbroken, man. I mean, to be 18, he didn't even get a chance to even prove himself. He didn't get his chance to do anything. He just had to walk, get his red card and go to the hallway. Yes. Yeah. No.
for 18, what, 22?
Yeah. 22.
So he has time. He has time. And the thing is anything could happen, right?
Yeah.
Anything can time, but we're wishing the best for him.
Yeah. Exactly. And that's why I think that's why no, what was Lyles I'm always
No,
messing his name up.
no,
No Lyles. That's why I think he starts slow. You really think he starts slow, then he picks it up.
yeah. I
So
don't I don't
what
think
time does that come on, by the way?
I don't know. I just be I just get news flashes on Twitter, then I'll tune in, or I'll just randomly be watching. That's all.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
I will,
Same with
I
me.
will say though, old boy that won that heat with no allows, I don't think he places. I don't think he places in the actual race. You
The
thought
one
he,
who beat him?
yeah,
Okay, we'll
I
see.
think he'll place because all the Jamaicans are coming in, and then no one.
Oh yes, yeah. My
Yeah,
bad.
it's
You're so right. It was a prelim.
actually, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Well,
that's not. That's,
I don't think Noah gonna win.
I don't think he's gonna win either. I'm just saying
Yeah.
the guy
Okay. Okay. So I'm glad
personality.
we agree with something.
Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. No, no, no. I don't think Noah's gonna win. Just quick moment for comments. I saw someone. What's your name? Judge Dredd Loomy. You said I look like the dude from the Old Spice commercial with my hair with my hair down.
Yeah, I know. I
I
saw that.
comments, y'all these comments. I don't know. Is there a new Old Spice with someone with long hair now?
I don't know. He just no. No, it's not.
Shit,
It's not.
man.
So he looked like you'll be on an advertising for
Oh, it
Old
looks
Spice.
surprising. Hopefully,
Yeah.
man. Yeah, I'm trying to get in shape. I've been pretty good going to the gym. I got a goal that I want to reach by end of the month, so we'll see what happens. We
Cool.
shall
Cool.
see.
Cool.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Speaking of upset, you're talking about upsets in races and the guy getting upset that he was pulled from the race. There's been some chatter online on X/Twitter in which some women are upset about this proposal that happened during the Olympics. I don't think you saw. So
No.
basically, Liu Yuchen surprised Hyung Ya Zhong. Sorry, I'm mispronouncing the names. With flowers
Pronounce
and
it better than me.
with flowers and proposed after Zhong, it's spelled Qiong, won the gold in badminton in Paris. So basically, after this woman and her partner won badminton, her partner, a guy, proposed to her, and
Okay.
so she's very happy and she was overcome with emotion. So she wins gold and she gets proposed to. I thought it was a sweet gesture. It's like, you get a ring and you get the gold medal in the same day. And
Yeah.
so some women online that are saying, "Oh, well, you took away from her moment, and you didn't make it. You made it about yourself instead of about her." And I've seen this dialogue come up before, where
Wow.
some said they don't like when guys propose after a woman achieves a big event, like after she graduates from high school or graduates from college. They don't like when guys are proposing because it takes away from their moment and it makes it about the guy. What are your thoughts on that?
Hey, my thoughts on that is, I guess guys can't win, right? Because I think that's real. I don't want to say ignorant, so I'm going to say I just think that's not a good thing. I feel like men already have a problem proposing, right? So now we don't have to really, don't give us a chance to think too much, because then we're gonna make it too complicated. We may not do it at all. That's how I
Mm,
look at it. Like, because think about it. Oh my gosh, she just graduated. Dang. Okay, maybe next month I propose to her. Or she just got promoted at work. Damn, today's not the best time. Maybe I'll do it in about two. How do we know what's going to happen next day? No, next month. You know, at the end of the day, it's not. It's a celebration, and I feel like also the women that are probably complaining are the ones that are single.
ooh,
You
oof.
know, because I'm pretty sure the Olympic that got proposed to last night, she was happy and said yes, and guess what?
Yeah,
She won. She won, and she won a ring. So what's the
yeah.
problem?
I
That's the
think
perfect
that
time.
I think the issue is people project onto other people's lives.
They always
Like
do.
she was happy with being proposed to. That is their relationship. These people who are being proposed to, these women who are being proposed to during these big events, they are happy because that is their relationship. If you wouldn't like to be proposed to after you graduate or after you win an Olympic gold medal, that is you. That is
Yeah,
something that you and your partner should discuss. But to be judgmental and to just look at this person and say, "Oh, you took away from her moment. This guy is being selfish."
yeah,
I, I don't think that's the case. He's actually trying to center her. Proposing for a guy, that is a humble experience. You're getting down on one knee and you're giving a ring that you worked hard and spent a lot of money on, for the most part.
yeah,
Some people are cheap
yeah,
to get this ring to this woman. So he actually elevated her more by giving her the ring, in my opinion.
yeah. I don't know about the elevating part, but yeah, definitely. He definitely put the spotlight more on her.
Yeah,
You
I
know,
think.
because she's always going to remember I won this medal and I got proposed that day. And I feel
Yeah,
like you said again, a lot of people seem to project how they feel, but in reality, it makes you wonder: do you have somebody, right? Or are you just miserable because the person, because, and that's probably why the person that you're with hasn't proposed to you yet, because they don't know when to propose to you. Right, think about it. They don't know when to propose to you. They're like, oh shoot, you know what? She just said that on Twitter. Shit. All right, I'm about to propose to her. But now I propose to her now. I'ma steal her thunder because she done told everybody don't do this and then I do. You know, it's listen, do not give us men too much time to think about it, because we're always in our head. We're always worrying, oh my God, is she gonna say yes? Is she gonna say no? You know, we ain't worrying about, oh my God, today the best day is raining. Today might not be the best day. You know, no, you do it when you do it. That's how I
yeah.
feel.
I will say I do believe some women are in relationships, that are in committed relationship, maybe married, maybe already engaged, that are making these comments as well. I wouldn't just say it's only single women. I just think that certain people just have an opinion on a matter, no matter what their status is in life.
Yeah,
However, let people have their relationships. Let people
facts.
have, unless this person is abusing somebody else, let them have their relationship.
Listen, it's not like I said that they're cat women, okay? Cat ladies. I just said they single. You know what I'm saying? They miserable. And granted, you're right. Not all of them are single or miserable, but I'd never call them a cat lady. So I think that's
Oh,
worse.
yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah.
but no, no, I agree. I think too many times, and that's the problem with the internet, right? You have too many people with opinions who,
Yes,
we didn't ask for that opinion. We didn't ask for it,
right.
you know? Like, So that's how I feel with that.
Yeah, just because you have an opinion doesn't mean you need to share it with the world.
Yes, yes.
And with that being said, let's go to our last topic, and that is the opinion of these people out here saying, I was listening to, what was it
Wait,
called?
time out. Pause. I thought we were gonna talk about the Team USA. What we ain't talking about that?
What, basketball?
That was a good game.
All right, just all right. We'll we'll come back to that. We'll come back to that. All
Okay,
right.
I just want to make sure we're talking about the Olympics so much. I thought we were going to end with that and then start off with something else.
My bad, my bad, my bad, my bad.
Okay, okay.
I'll find a segue. You know me. I'll find a segue.
Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha.
So the opinions of, I think it's Hip Hop DX. I saw them on YouTube.
Okay.
It's the guy. What's the guy that Kendrick said you're a rat to? Elliot Wilson.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, him
Wilson.
and him and DJ Head and this other guy. They have this talk or podcast or YouTube channel, what have you, where they talk
Okay.
about different topics that happen in hip hop. So an opinion came up where they were saying, well, it may not be necessary for people of this generation in hip hop music to listen to music of the past. And the conversation came up after Lil Yachty was talking about um, only hearing the Black album, Jay Z's Black album, and the Blueprint album for the first time recently. And so they were saying that, well, it may not necessarily be appropriate, or it doesn't have to be the case where they're listening to all these hip hop albums of the past if they're in this generation. They just have to listen to maybe people of this generation who are the best in order to do well in the hip hop space. So I wanted to get your thoughts on these new artists not listening to like the classics of the past and being in this hip hop space. Do you think it's important for rappers of any generation or hip hop artists of any generation to listen to hip hop music of the past? Or do you think that it's not as important?
So I think it's important, right? Because to be a student is to be not really well. To be a student of hip hop, you are trying to be the best, right? If you're trying to
Right.
be a TikTok artist, then yeah, you don't need to research anything. You just need to look at what happened last week, you know, and the trends that you see, and you can tell a lot of these younger generation, they are not doing their research because it's on how they rap, right? They
Mhm,
rap for the most part horrible. And what I mean by that is they don't pronounce a lot of things. They mumble. They high as hell. You know, they're not really putting a lot to the craft, and you can
mhm,
tell, right? And we're not trying to say that the old generation, like they weren't on weed and stuff, but it's definitely different. These kids are on something different now. They on some lab made drugs, and they talk about it all the time, and they taking regular stuff that's supposed to stop you from coughing, shit making you sleepy. So you can tell that this younger generation start probably in 2018 when they go back to do their research. And you can tell by the music, right? Same thing with these producers. These producers nowadays, they're they're copycat. Everyone is sounding similar to the next. No one is really trying to add chords to or bridges to a beat. They just want to just take this one sample, and a lot of them can't get creative, right? They take a sample and the sample just drives a whole beat, and they can't figure out how to take that sample, chop it up, and make it sound different.
mhm,
So um, I think this generation is doing hip hop a disservice. I believe because hip hop it's not what it used to be. And you can tell it's because a lot of these kids, say for instance, Kendrick Lamar, you got J. Cole, you even got a Lupe, even I think Lupe, I don't really like, his
Lupe,
music as much. Lupe?
Lupe is
Yeah. Yeah. But you can tell like rappers like that, they study the craft, right? They figure out how to take their voice, which is an instrument in itself, and how to project anger, happiness, sadness, depression, excitement, all in one, right? With just a voice. And then they know how to, when the beat changes, you can tell when they're happy, when they're sad, type, and then, so you can tell that they take time in their craft and they study the likes of a Tupac, the likes of a Redman, you know, the likes of a Big Daddy Kane, a Rakim,
Mhm.
you know, and you can even go back to Grandmaster Flash and all of them. Not really on the cadence. We ain't gonna tell you to rock with the cadence. What we're gonna say is just how the message, how you can write a story and keep people captivated. Nas is real good about that. You know, so none of these kids they don't tell a story. They just tell on themselves now. They straight tell on themselves. It ain't no story. We know if you talking about it, you did it
Right.
because you mentioning people names, the street, the address, the day it happened, the time, what you was
Mm.
wearing. That's not storytelling. You're telling on yourself, and you wonder why the cops are coming to arrest you. So you know, it's kind of like when you think about a song. I'm not sure if a lot of our listeners heard of this song. I love it. Pray by Kendrick is an unreleased track that is here 1 minute, gone the next. I think it came out around the same like 2022. But
Okay.
the first verse, he's rapping about ABC, the song that Michael Jackson and his siblings sung. But he was writing it in the sense of the third party. He was ABC. You know, the second verse was about Martin Luther King, but not Martin Luther King. He was the speech. So you see how you can write in a sense of I'm not the person because that's too easy. Let me act, let me write as if I'm the speech, how the speech felt, how ABCs felt, I mean, just being creative. Young generation now, especially Yachty, they suck. They all sound like they high as hell. The beats are really low vibration. And to me, it's just trash. I don't like it. I don't like it. I mean, I miss Mob Deep. I miss Prodigy, good storyteller. I mean, hip hop doesn't have to die with these young kids, and somehow somebody has to step up and stop talking about drugs, stop talking about disrespecting women, and just really talk about. You can talk about anything if you're creative and make it. Uh,
A bop.
yeah, you can. I mean, look
I
at Kendrick with "Not Like Us." He done took
Yeah.
a damn. That's a PDF file song, and everybody dancing to it and loving it.
I
So
think that's why this battle was so important between Kendrick and Aubrey too, to show that real hip hop does translate and that people can be excited about real hip hop too.
Kendrick, I mean, listen, Drake hasn't been the same since the battle. The man dropped 6 songs, and I like to know for our listeners, because can anybody tell us the 6 songs that Drake dropped since March 10th? Anybody? And when you and when you answer that question, can you tell me what it charted on the album list? Because I don't know if you saw that text I sent you. Gordo, he only sold 20,000 copies, and
Mm.
Drake got 2 songs on his album. Two. He only sold 20,000 copies.
Yeah, speaking of selling copies, I see DJ Mustard's a little upset about how his album's performing, but on that podcast slash YouTube channel that I was listening to, I think Hip Hop DX, they were
Yeah,
saying, well, producer album, well, DJ Head was saying that producer albums or albums by a producer don't usually chart very well, and
yeah,
it was a concept album, but the album itself was actually pretty good. I have to listen to it. Have you listened to it?
wasn't good.
Oh, it was not good. Okay.
No, it wasn't good. It wasn't good, and it took away from Not Like Us beat for me.
Okay. Well, I'll check it out because I remember
Yeah.
you said the Mike's album wasn't good, and I actually
Who?
enjoyed
Who?
Killer Mike. You said Killer Mike's album wasn't good either. The one he won the Grammy for.
Well, I heard snippet, so don't. So snippet.
Boy,
Don't,
they
don't,
able to
don't, don't.
then how are
First
you
of
saying
all, okay, it's
good?
two things. Two things. So let's be clear. Never like Killer Mike. All right.
Uh,
I am a student of good music, but if I don't like you and I hear a snippet and the snippet is not, I'm not vibing with it, then I'm okay. I'm gonna move on. So I never said the album wasn't good. I said I listened to a snippet.
mm,
So that being said, I just don't like Killer Mike. There's a lot of rappers I don't like, so I'm not gonna give them. I mean, but granted, I'm telling you, when we go off the show, is an album to listen to right now. You're gonna crack up. I'm not gonna say it on the show. But
Oh,
when I first heard it, I was like, "This is trash." But I listened to it today because it's a song I hear all the time. I'm like, let me hear how this album sound. I'm like, whoa, what was I? What was I listening to, or what was I doing the time I heard this album the first time? It wasn't good, but now I'm like, okay, I'm kind of digging it. But I will listen to that Mike, that Killer Mike, and I'll let you know
yeah,
today.
the album was decent. Like I liked parts of it.
Hmm.
However, as a whole, I thought that some things could have gotten cut. The beat
Yeah,
selection, pretty good with his beat selection. Killer Mike himself, I have issues with just on a political tip.
yeah,
How he moves
yeah,
is not necessarily what
yeah.
I
I agree.
gel vibe with,
Totally
right?
agree. Totally agree. But hey, I'm sorry. So let me ask you this question: how do you
What's-
feel about the younger generation? It seems like they don't really do their due diligence before they grab that microphone.
Yeah, I think it's always important to study your history. I'm a person that's really big on education. I feel that if you don't study your history, you're doomed to repeat it, or
I
you're
agree.
not necessarily going to tread forward in the best possible light. That's why you have a lot of these youngsters today. They're doing the same things that people of the past have done. They haven't learned from those mistakes. And
Yeah.
then also, I don't like not listening to past hip hop as a hip hop artist and then being critical of past hip hop artists. Like you'll see new artists today, they'll be talking junk about Tupac, never have listened to his music or understand that Tupac has laid the foundation for them today to be who they are. A
Yeah.
lot of people are recording songs in bulk because Tupac was recording songs in bulk. So they're
Correct.
copying the formula. You know what I mean?
Correct.
Yeah. So that's pretty much my take about that in a nutshell. But speaking of formulas, and we'll go back to Team USA basketball. We'll go to the men's first. It seems like they have a formula for winning right now. It seems
Yeah.
that they are gelling. They've been blowing out teams. I'm still skeptical about them. Obviously, I want them to win gold, but I am still nervous. I always
Yeah.
get nervous.
And what's their next game? I'm sorry. What's their next? I'm sorry. When's their next game?
I do not
Tuesday.
know. It might be, but I know they play Brazil next.
Okay.
So everybody's
I
like,
know.
"Oh,
I know we're number one now.
you said what?"
I know we're number one as far as
That's
points.
that's a good thing because then who you play, you get easier teams to play as you in your quest for gold.
Yeah.
However, I'm still skeptical. Anyone could get got. You see, South Sudan almost beat them in the prelims in the exhibition games. However, South Sudan doesn't necessarily do good in the Olympics. Like they bowed out. They lost to Serbia recently, so they can't go on for a medal game. And big shout out to
Sure is
South.
beating everybody that, but everybody who would kind of, or you would think would give America a run, and all of a sudden, because look, they beat the bricks off of Puerto Rico.
America.
No, Serbia.
So did the U.S.
No, no, no. But what I'm saying is, so Puerto Rico, 'cause they were trying to say, Puerto Rico, they don't got nothing to lose. And at first, it was kind of like, yo, what's going on, America? But they pulled through. They pulled through, but
Yeah, we have all the talent in the world. My thing is, will
ego.
we be very arrogant? Yes, ego. Will ego get the most of us? Because once we start gelling, and unfortunately, Joel Embiid, that's my guy because he plays for my favorite team, the Sixers. However, I feel like he can go off at a moment's notice and in a bad way. Like he could go
Yeah,
off and score, but he can also go off and hurt the team as well.
yeah,
So I'm nervous about that. I'm nervous about Anthony Edwards. He seems to be chill right now and seems to be vibing well. I'm nervous about Jason Tatum. The people I'm not nervous about are LeBron and KD. That's it. Steph, I'm nervous about him too because he could go cold and it's a wrap.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like he can
yeah,
either be the greatest shooter in the world or he can be an average shooter.
yeah. No, exactly, exactly. You know what? I don't know if anybody's paying attention, but LeBron really wakes up in the fourth quarter. So so if anybody's watching these games, LeBron only really go off on the fourth quarter.
And
Yeah,
my thing
pass,
is
pass, 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 pass. First
right.
three. And then that
My
fourth quarter. Hmm?
LeBron, Steph, and KD cannot lose this gold. This is the first time they've ever been. Isn't this the first time they've ever been on a team together?
Yeah, first time.
How I understand they're older, but it would really dampen the moment if they lose.
Yeah, you know why? Because these were the face of the NBA.
Correct.
So this right here will be good for LeBron to ride out
Yes.
Steph, ride out what 3 years later. KD, I think he's younger than all of them, so KD still has time. KD
My,
might be in the next Olympics.
no, I think you should stop after this one. My thing is you need to end out on top. Don't hurt your chances at
That's
winning.
true.
So we ain't winning the next one. We are not winning the next Olympic. Listen, put that on a postcard.
You think
What
so?
we are not winning the next men's Olympics basketball game tournament. We're not winning. Who do
Hmm.
we have? John Morant, Anthony Edwards, Jason Tatum, Devin Booker, Bam Adebayo. That's beating other teams from the world.
Oh, we got what's the guy name from
Oh, you trying to
the
be
guy
funny?
named from New Orleans? We got him too.
Zion,
If he not hurt.
or if you're not eating.
Yeah, man. Yo, your boy Embiid look like he out of shape.
Embiid is hurt. I know we always say that as Sixers fans. He is hurt. He is
Trust the
hurt.
process.
The process is over.
Yeah, yeah, the process is over,
But
man.
I will say our squad looking okay right now. We got Paul George. We also got homeboy with the goggles from the Clippers that used to play on the Clippers. You know what I'm talking about?
I think so. He was a point guard.
No, he was. Let me see. Clippers roster 2022. Yeah,
Oh,
he was. No, he's not a point guard. He's like a forward, I think.
okay. Well, listen,
But
man. At the end of the day, I think the best team. I think the team to beat in the East is the two top teams. I think it'll be the Celtics and the Knicks.
Celtics and the Knicks.
Yeah, those are two teams to beat.
Celtics are looking pretty good.
Yeah, and the Knicks. Who?
Reggie Jackson with the
Yeah,
goggles.
yeah, 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 yeah. How the heck he get over there?
I don't know, but I'm happy to have him because he's a bucket.
Yo, listen. So on that note, I'm thinking, uh, I can't wait for football. I know it's random. I was thinking out loud. Shout out to the Ravens. We're looking good. I'm hoping that Lamar Jackson he'll never need to win another MVP as long as he wins the championship. I think Patrick Mahomes, as good as they say he is, I think last year was a fluke. What I mean by fluke to all chief listeners, a fluke as far as the man. I think the NFL gave him a stimulus package. I could be wrong, but I mean, if you saw the
Oh,
games, huh?
you think they're making calls that favor the Chiefs?
Did you see the Ravens game? There's
I
like
did.
4 pass interference that no one called. You see the other games that they played, the same thing with the Bills. I mean, stimulus package 101. I mean, we saw it happen in NBA. It's not like it can't happen in the NFL.
That's very
You
true.
still look at Brady rings, and then we end on that note.
Yeah, yeah. Speaking of rings, and we'll end it on this before we get into our what's brewing.
Yeah.
I want to give them respect in basketball. So the women's U.S. basketball team, they're chasing their ring, their Olympic gold, and to continue a tradition of the women's basketball team not losing. Our women's program, I'm not nervous about because we always have ballers coming out of there.
Mhm.
However, I want them to take every game seriously and win the gold because I don't want to hear Caitlin Clark stands coming out saying that's why you should have had her on the team. Win the gold, ladies. Bring the gold home. They played Germany today. I saw Germany versus Japan. Germany looks a little shaky. So I think America can beat them.
Mhm.
I believe they can beat them. I believe they should get gold. I don't know if you've been watching the women's games. They've been pretty good. Asia Wilson and Brianna Stewart, the best players by far.
Listen, I would love to watch it once again. Like I said again, I mean, Peacock is not doing a good job to me. I can't keep up with what the hell's going on. When is happening?
When we get off, I'm gonna give you a crash course on how to use Peacock because I
Yeah,
I love it and find the Olympic matches that I want.
yeah. I think my wife she did something like that too. But I just want to watch it live. Like, dang, can I just watch something live?
Yeah. Also, just on sports, I because it just came to mind, the women's soccer team, the
Yeah.
women's soccer
Yes, I seen that.
U.S. women's soccer team, y'all doing a darn thing, okay?
Yeah.
Who was the one that hit the Trinity Rodman? Yeah, Trinity Rodman hit that goal versus Japan. Oh my goodness, that was crazy. But now ending off with women's basketball, 3-on-3, they're starting to gel after losing their first 3 games. The women's 3-on-3 team, they won their last 5 in a row. So
Well,
they
how many
need
games it
well,
take for you to be disqualified?
you play a lot of games, like they're playing sometimes 2 games on the same day. So
Wow.
yeah, you play a lot of games, and they lost their first 3, but then won 5 in a row. They need 2 more wins to win the gold, and people are getting on this team. It has Haley Van Lith on it. Listen, y'all can't make me hate Haley Van Lith. I think she's an excellent player. Yes, she's undersized, and her defense is a little bit of an issue, but you cannot deny her effort. You
Yeah.
cannot deny the fact that she tries. I understand people are looking at her game versus Iowa in the Elite Eight recently, and they're using that as a measuring stick as to what she can do. But she is a good player. I hope she has a great WNBA career. She's also an ally of us too. I think she's dating a black dude, and not to say
Mm.
that that's important, but I'm saying
Hmm.
white women I've seen in basketball as of late that's actually called out like racism. And I appreciate that from her. Obviously, it's the bare minimum, but I appreciate that, especially when you
Hmm.
see how Caitlin Clark's been acting in terms of the racism that's been thrown the way of a lot of black women in the W and beyond. And she's just staying silent. I think that's very telling of an individual. So yeah, that's her.
Yeah.
Ryan Howard. I love Ryan Howard. She plays for the Atlanta Dream. Derek Hamby plays for the Los Angeles Sparks. They're doing pretty good, and I really hope they get gold. I think it'll be a great comeback story for them.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
definitely. If you lost your first three.
right. So last segment. I know we're definitely over time right now, but we can still recover. What's brewing for this week with you, Random? What is brewing?
Nothing. I'm just joking. Uh, I'm going this week. Wife and I were going to a concert. We're going to go see Sir. So I'm looking forward to that. Purchased the tickets back in February, so it seemed like it took a long time for August to get here. So a long time. So yeah, so that's what we're doing. We're going to a concert, go see Sir. And besides that, man, just gearing up to watch a bunch of football preseason start Thursday. So I'm excited about that. Preseason, I know is trash time, but still, I just, it's good sometimes just to see your team even see what they have to offer for the season.
Chargers? No, not the Chargers. Yeah, the Chargers. Your team's the Chargers, right?
No, no, I just haven't left them yet. No, they didn't get the memo. I didn't resign from them yet, but no, they're not my
Uh,
team. No, 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 no,
uh,
no. I don't like the quarterback, and his foot is broken, and I just don't care. Yeah. So with that being said,
yeah. So
that's what I'm doing. So what's brewing with you?
what is? Yeah, I'm still working on this whole Good Times series recap.
Okay.
So today I'm gonna go back and watch episode 1 and start the recap and just break that down. I believe that as a platform that we're on, I could do a better job of educating. I think I'm doing a lot of opinion pieces right now, and anyone that's tuning in, they might be confused, like, "Hey, what's going on? Like, what's with your whole platform? What are you trying to do?" And the whole goal is media education, like this right here, AVIOT. We are the official podcast of chemistry productions and
Yeah.
media education, right? So I feel that I can convey that more. I need to do more explainer videos and help pull this all together.
Gotcha.
So that is where I'm at. But thank you everybody for tuning in, listening to our AVIOT Sunday Brew. Make sure to check out the AVIOT podcast on a streaming service near you. That is AVIOT, the podcast. We talk about different topics that are happening in media and we give our takes on things. It may be a little different than what you are used to, not necessarily politically correct. And so, with
Yes.
that being said, make sure to also watch this too. Make sure to support this YouTube channel that we're on right here, support our platform. And until next time, all right, Random.
All right. Peace.
Peace.